you need to have a third-party tool for this. This should definitely come included in the OSs.
Well, honestly, I've never used any Mac anything, but I know in the Windows world it seems like it's only gotten worse. And in the Linux world, I haven't seen it get better.
Hmm. It's
You
interesting.
know, they all expect you to just be able to. Now, I will say, if it's something you downloaded or something on your desktop or something in your documents, it's easy. In most Linux distributions, you just open up the file folder, hit Control F, maybe Super key and F for Windows key, but I think it's Control F, and just start typing, and it will search those folders. But it won't search inside those folders or outside um, that folder structures or into hidden files kind of thing. So, you know,
I see.
I'm a little demanding.
Sure. Well, that's good to have. That's needed and needed.
Yeah. Okay. This next one, Steve, I really wanted to mention last week, but I couldn't. But I'll mention it now. Okay. This gives me hope. This gives me I don't know what the other word is for, but there's something else for it too. Okay. This federal government, irregardless of who the president is, irregardless, this government we live in today in the United States of America, it appears like it can only do one thing well, and that is spend more money. From year to year, nothing gets cheaper. Nothing in this universe, it seems like it becomes cheaper. Except for semi-old RAM. But that's about it. Okay. There's a new agency built up, started off, launched by the federal government that as soon as I heard, I thought, oh, geez, another reason for taxes to go up. Now they got to start this whole new group and this whole new organization, this whole new group of employees, whole new buildings. Oh, they ain't going to never stop. But then I heard the title of it. Okay. It's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
I think I'm not positive. Consumer, me, you.
Right.
Financial, our money. Protection, give me it back. Bureau, somebody we can call and complain to. Okay. I think this is the beginning of the federal government taking ID theft and that kind of thing to another level, taking it being more important. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I like to believe.
Okay.
Okay. Here's one of the gimmicks. This is a completely new organization. So there's no legacy ideas, legacy people, legacy hardware, legacy software, and simple. If you don't know what the word legacy means, insert it with old and crusty. Okay. Usually governments and a lot of businesses go on the terms of, well, we've always done it like this. Why are you doing it like that? Well, we've always done it like this. Well, why don't you try this new software? Well, we've always done it like this kind of attitude, which drives me nuts. Okay. This one's brand new. They don't have none of that going on. So what did they do? But they've started to implement an entire framework of software totally being implemented in open source. It is being hosted up on GitHub, which means anybody can download it. Anybody can edit it. Anybody can modify it. It's a semi-long article to me, which means it's like 10 paragraphs. Okay. What this is the beginning, I think, of our government understanding it cost a lot less. Now, the head of this new agency did say, in so many words, the old ideas of outsourcing everything to companies in other countries to save money has done the complete opposite. Okay. So this guy's understanding, if you have everything in-house, developers, maintainers, troubleshooters, technicians, and administrators, your end cost, your total cost of ownership, as they put it, will skyrocket down. Because when there is an issue, all you got to do is say, hey, Bob, come here. Take a look at this. That ain't doing it right. And then, 20 minutes later or whatever, Bob has a fix for it.
Right.
Instead of having, we got to have meetings. We got to have meetings. We got to allocate funds. We got to designate time. We got to document. Oh, no. You know, it takes all of that red tape out of the equation when you have total control over it. And of course, they're going to do documentation and tracking and bug tracking, all that kind of stuff, which they should do. But I think they're actually going to offer this application, this code, to other countries to start to do the same thing of, at least by namesake, protecting the consumer's finances.
Huh. It's pretty cool. It's pretty encouraging.
I know I'd like to apply for them, but I don't think they're anywhere by here.
Who cares? You want to move, right?
Well, put it this way. I'm a sucker. I believe working for the government. Let me finish this, Steve. Should be almost an honorable thing. I don't expect to get paid as, you know, the people working for Google and Facebook and Twitter, but I'd like to believe I'm taking that dollar that you're paying in taxes and I'm fighting my hardest to make that into $1.50 instead of just throwing it out the window and, well, give me another $1.
Exactly. That's noble, man. I definitely think that's good. I give you that.
Well, and to be honest, I'm not alone. There are other people at my work who honestly say that very same statement.
Wow.
And I would like to work for an agency that saw this. So immediately when I saw this, I forwarded it to my CIFO, something, I don't know, some acronym guy who makes important decisions. Because he has hinted in the past that he's pro open source.
Wow.
At least to look at it, at least to acknowledge it exists, which is 1 billion times better than what was 10 years ago. Okay?
Right.
At least acknowledging it exists is a very good step, and I can't wait for that other next step to be taken past that.
Good luck. That sounds really pretty cool, especially if it gets done.
Yeah. And hopefully this agency will be beneficial to people.
It sounds like it has a good purpose. Let's put it that way.
I know, which scares me. It just means they're laundering money from. But I digress.
Is this a game next?
Yeah, we got a couple games I want to throw in there back to back to back.
Neat.
Okay. Stunt Rally was a Linux game, kind of racer, 3D rally game is the way I definitely described it. I installed it on the wife's laptop when she wasn't looking. And it's based on V Drift and Org engine, which means you're going to be doing a lot of slide in the track. Okay. Well, they just announced or just published, I believe, Stunt Rally with multiplayer gameplay. Okay. Having games is one thing. Having true multiplayer, that's something else. That's the kind of thing that can make, you know, Billy tell Danny, tell Jonathan, tell James, they tell all these guys to hook up 5 o'clock, your butt's mine, you know, kind of thing. To help a game go viral.
Yeah, sure.
So hopefully this game keeps continuing, keeps improving, better, faster, stronger, $6 million man kind of thing.
I love these kind of games.
Honestly, dude, I love these kind of games because yes, you can sit down and pwn the track and memorize this and memorize that, but you literally can just sit down and start driving and you can win.
You can win?
Well, you're not filled with 18-year-old kids 15-year-old kids that spend their entire day just sitting around calling other players names and pwning them.
Exactly. This is neat. This is neat. I really like this, especially that it's multiplayer. That's got to be so fun.
Yeah, and I like the fact that at least after the fact, you can do a replay, which I think you're showing now, where it's showing you different camera angles of you racing.
Yeah, I love that too.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. This is a great game.
Yeah, the only thing missing from it, which I was hoping for after I started playing it, was ghost mode, which some racers have where you race a track, then when you go to race it again, you're racing your own ghost.
Right.
I love that feature.
the physics actually look pretty good on this. I mean, these cars are tumbling and flying all around. It's looking pretty good.
The processor on the wife's computer isn't the best. And it was able to, I had to turn them down a little bit, but it was able to hang. It was able to play it, and nice. I was impressed. Of course, newer, faster, better computer would, do much better.
Is this Linux only?
I do not believe it's Linux only. I do believe it's multi-platform.
Gotcha. Very awesome. Good game.
Not mistaken.
I like it. Reminds me of a game called Trackmania I used to play a lot. Don't know if you ever played Trackmania. No. It's crazy, like loops and all kinds of stuff. The cars pretty much defied physics.
Gotcha. Yeah, it does look like this game is for Windows and Linux. Mac people, you can look at the Wine for Mac account. It's called.
All right.
Okay, next one is another game. Okay, The Darkest Dawn is a Wing Commander saga game. Wing Commander is a game, even if you've never played it before, I haven't, you know the name Wing Commander.
It's old school.
It's old school. It's popular. It's had updates. It's had newer versions of it, but it's been around since like 96, I'd say.
Yeah, I remember. It was one of the first games that actually was almost like watching a movie, and it had action scenes.
Right. Yeah. It definitely got deep with that. Now it's cleared for launch, and if you go over to GOG.com, which if you're a gamer, you should already know, Good Old Games. Good Old Games is like, wow, Good Old Games is a drug. Today, which was actually full month ago, they launched the PC version. The Linux and Mac version, they say, will be available very soon. They have to do some tests for OS X and Linux to make sure it runs smooth. So if it ain't out now, it'll be out soon.
Very cool. I didn't even know they still made Wing Commander games, but
I ain't gonna lie, I heard of it every now and then, but I didn't know if it was new, old, or anything.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Quick search. Yeah, still coming soon. Okay. Another game. Okay. I honestly never heard of this one either, but apparently it was kind of popular. It's called Wasteland 2, and it got $1.5 million on Kickstarter. So because of that, it will be coming to Linux and Mac.
Wow, good for them.
Yeah. So there's another game that basically went to Kickstarter and said, look, do you guys really want us? Really? Show us. And people stepped up and gave them money.
It's amazing.
Honored money.
So this Kickstarter is definitely like a revolution here, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, I believe it is the beginning of putting power into individuals' hands to get what they want.
Yeah, really neat.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Pledge goal, they wanted $900,000. That's demanding. $2.9 million.
Are you serious?
That's what it says on Kickstarter.com. 61,000 backers with a total pledge of $2.933 million.
Wow. That's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing.
Very cool. Very cool.
Over 1,000 people pledged 75 or more. Over 5,000 pledged $100 or more. Wow. Over 1,200 people pledged $250 or more.
Wow. The game looks awesome.
I will say it looks really good.
Neat. I'm into it.
Free shirt. Well, you could have. Okay. That's the games. Games are done. So now the guys who don't like the games are done. Okay. This was a little bit of a question I got from a listener, and it was about web filtering kind of thing. If if you're in a Soho or a small enterprise or even your house, you might feel the need to filter